What is going on? Welcome back to the YouTube, and we're back with some off-season training videos. It's been a hot minute since I've done a full-on dedicated training video. But anyway, this morning, it's quite early. It's nice and early. It's 7:05, but it doesn't feel like it. The sun is shining. It's a lovely morning. We're in at Powerhouse for push. Now this is going to be the second rotation back in Australia training push, and we're still sort of trying to figure our way around training at the minute in terms of trying to find the movements that are going to be, dedicated for this off season and what's feeling nice. So we're going to be testing out some movements today, and this lighting is getting a bit average given the sun is coming out. Anyway, we're testing out some movements today, so you are going to be getting a bit of insight into that and sort of my thought process behind that for push. And yeah, I would have obviously covered that in one of the last videos in terms of a post-prep update. But anyway, mic'd up, push session, testing out some new movements. Let's get in there. Let's get after it. Okie dokie, we're in for push. Starting on that lateral raise, so not much changes. Obviously, if you've been following me, you'll know that this pretty typical first exercise for push. Anyway, I've done a few warm-ups, done a high rep set with just the stack for 15 reps. Now we're adding some load, and this is something towards the end of prep that I just probably wasn't doing, was adding load to the stack on this. But here we are with a plus 10 on the stack. Oh yeah. So I'm looking to obviously not try and swing as much on this, if at all. I don't really want to use much momentum, as part of the resetting of execution here. Really wanting to try and bed that down. Oh, you're right, mate. Anyway, trying to keep the arm straight, holding D handles, not too much swing. Anyway, felt good. That was 9 reps. I did actually do a set before this with the same load for 10 reps, but the audio didn't film. So here we are again. Anyway, let's jump on to the next exercise. Right, so something I haven't obviously done in a long time is the dumbbell shoulder press. So wanting to get this back in place of the new tech shoulder press. I know I did run the dumbbell shoulder press 18 months ago for a fair whack. So I took it out April 2023. So let's get recalibrated with the movement. So I'm obviously not quite sure the loading capabilities here, but yeah, we'll obviously test the waters. So it was obviously the 65s, which, what's that? 29 kilos. Anyway, it's interesting, I look back at the logbook, 110s was what I moved peak body weight, peak off season last time, which was 18 months ago. I was like 103, 104 kilos. I'm 89, so maybe 15 kilos difference in body weight. So it's going to be a stark difference in terms of strength levels. It's obviously strength, but stability as well. So 2 dumbbells pressed over your head, and you don't have that like a machine where you've got the stability of a machine. Just don't have that. So we'll see how we go. I'll do another warm up. I might test the 80s, which is 36 kilos. See how it feels. Might just do it for a rep and see what I do. I said to Olivia this morning, maybe I'll touch the 90s. I won't be touching the 90s, let's be honest. But actually, before I cut this off, I suppose a bit of a thought process around why I'm doing a dumbbell shoulder press. Because I kind of want to test it out, see if I like it, and that kind of thing. I was running the new tech shoulder press for 18 months. Not that it's gotten stale, but I'm pretty keen to give this a whirl. So I know I did build it up last off season a fair bit, probably from the 80s to about the 110s. So I'll give it a whirl. I'll do one more warm up and then I might catch you for the top set. 3, 2. Whew, 6 reps. I'll take that. Back off with the 70s. Actually only 31 kilos. So poverty. Is it too soon to be incorporating dumbbell press? Maybe. Might see what AJ reckons as to whether I run it or we continue running the new tech shoulder press for a bit while we accumulate some body weight. But it's a starting point, to say the least. All right, onto the flex leverage flat press, vertical press, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm pretty decisive that this is going to be the chest press of choice in this session to replace the Nautilus vertical press. So obviously, pretty keen viewers know that I ran this a fair bit while we were away. It was at Gym Hub Boston and it was at Complete Body New York and actually Bev Francis Powerhouse. So I ran it both those times. Anyway, I did this and the Nautilus vertical last week and I sent them to AJ and AJ was pretty happy with this. The way that I was able to stack my joints and yeah, the flexion with my elbow, etc. Works quite nicely. So let's do one warm up with 1 plate aside. I'm going to do 2.5 plates aside as sort of a D-volume session, but I got it for 7. But that was also after the Nautilus vertical press. Anyway, I reckon 2.75 for a top set. I can get it for 6. Pretty happy. So, catch for the top set. I'll do another couple warm-ups. Let's start. 3, 2. Alright, back off 2.25. So I didn't talk too much there because I had someone working in with me, and yeah, would have been a bit awkward. But anyway, so 2.75 plates for 6, which felt pretty solid, and then back off with 2.25 for 8. Went for the 9th, couldn't lock it out unfortunately, but the flex leverage chest press, feeling really good, chest is pumped, and get a really good connection. It's one of those movements, that's what I find is a good indicator for any chest movement. If you're able to get a good chest pump without, overly activating your delts, particularly when I've, trained laterals and then shoulder press before this, so my delts drops are already pumped. So to not incorporate those, big win. Anyway, I'm just on the seated dip, the flex leverage dip. So I'll do a warm up, and then we'll catch you for a top set. Alright, so I got 5.5 plates total. Use the seatbelt to lock myself in. Honestly, the hardest part about this, and what's the limiting factor, is actually just getting the weight down. Hence why it helps to have a spot or an assistance on just the lift off. Once you're sort of in the set, you're kind of fine. But anyway, let's see how we go. Okay. 3, 2. That's very good. Yeah, it was slow, but it's actually 10 kilos up on, the back end of prep. So it's very nice. Alright, we'll do a back off. Which I'm sure you don't need to see that, but I'll catch you for the next movement. Alright, so the main compounds are done, being the sort of dumbbell shoulder press, flex leverage chest press, flex leverage dip, and now we're on to quote unquote accessories. So first up we've got the overhead tricep extension, again Flex Fitness Systems brand. You often find with people doing triceps, people will do dips, but they'll also do just lots of press downs, and you're actually missing a fair whack of your tricep, being your long head. So that's where anything overhead definitely contributes and hits your long head with the tricep. So I really prefer, like obviously you can do things like cables and that kind of thing, but I like a machine that's stable. It really locks you in a good place. So hence why we're here. Project, work our way back up to the stack on this. Okay. All right, now we are on to some press downs. Come on. It was, when was it? Just talking about pose and music, or thinking about that. Obviously I did 7 Years by Lucas Graham for my posing song this year. Did it at all shows. Anyway, I thought of that as soon as I saw Sean Cloyd at 2022 Olympia pose to that song. And I was just like, that's it, I'm posing to that song. So I effectively knew 2 years out. I was just like, yep. And I feel like I already know my posing song. So, Runaway by Aura, if you can see that. Anyway, I said that to Olivia the other day. Not that she's going to watch this video, but I said that to her the other day. She's like, oh no, you can't do that. I'm like, why not? So anyway, I'm going to listen to it on repeat and see if I get sick of it. If I don't, I don't know, just some form of emotion comes out, or just thoughts. As soon as I listen to it, I can just see myself posing. Not that I'm a good poser, but I will be next time I step on stage. So, Runaway, Aura. Anyway, let's go do some calf laterals. Alright, one more set on this. Then we'll do some abs, cable crunches, and some flies, which I'll show you. And that'll be a wrap. Alright, last movement, chest fly. One of the comments AJ had was how high I had my arms, and the fact that, you know, the arm half kind of looks like it's going to recruit a lot of front delt, but I've been doing this for like a fair while, so, and I get such a good chest contraction the way I'm able to retract my scapula, get my front delts out of it, and just incorporate my chest. So I'm not too fussed with my quote unquote high hand position, as opposed to being like all the way down here. But you'll see it's sort of coming from top down. Nice little scap retract, chest up. And such a good stretch. All right, we'll do it back off. That'll round out the sesh. Alrighty, that is a wrap for push. So I just did a bit of posing there in the corner here. Honestly, I'm not, I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing as well at the minute. I'm not overly keen on posing. Obviously, as body weight accumulates or is put on, like the physique doesn't look that good. Let's be honest, it looks kind of soft. We're not at that sort of full-blown off-season mode yet. It doesn't look quite the same as it did on the way down. 89 kilos right now doesn't look like 89 kilos on the way down. The inflammation, slight wateriness. Anyway, across the midsection and whatnot, sort of blurs things a little bit. But anyway, a few clips and whatnot. I want, a real big focus for me, and I think maybe it's a mental thing as well. I'm kind of not really wanting to post my physique. I know I did post physique update at 4 weeks post-prep on Instagram on the grid yesterday, but ultimately I just want training performance be the key, and that's what mentally I need to be focusing on as opposed to the physique, because holding on to conditioning, it's not productive at this stage, all within reason, of course. So with that being said, I'm wanting to not necessarily be posing too much necessarily, because maybe it's slightly disheartening to watch the physique, dwindle back. But obviously I know the greater goal and what needs to happen to get healthy. So might be like there are physique updates. So maybe I'll show physique updates in the off season when there's something impressive to show. But ultimately, it's just on the video and on pics, it's probably going to start to look rather bad, or rather worse than I did during the contest prep, that's for sure. But anyway, that's going to round out this push session. It was a good one. First full volume push session back in the books, which was good. So anyway, if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in plenty more YouTube content to come.